Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to weaken pigs with your town center in Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. This is something that quite a few YouTubers have spoken about. Spirit of the Law has touched on it. More recently, Zero Empires did a video on hunting pigs and briefly spoke about it. And even T90 has mentioned it once or twice. But everyone seems to kind of just say that this is too risky and you probably shouldn't do it. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, the risk with weakening a pig with your town center is that if you kill the pig with the town center, then you don't get any food from it. You have to take the last shot on the pig with a villager. This can be quite risky, weakening the pig with the town center, but if you know how it works, you can actually be quite consistent with it, and there are quite a few benefits. So, what the benefits are of weakening a pig with the town center is obviously that the town center deals more damage. I think it does 1.5 times as much damage usually as if you just shot with the villager. So that means that you need fewer shots overall to kill the pig, which means less villager idle time, but perhaps more importantly, it means it takes less of your attention to kill the pig. And especially at the start of the game, usually you're still scouting, maybe you're scouting with some sheep as well, you're making villages, building houses. Your attention is quite important, and you don't want to spend too much time looking at the town center while you're hunting your pig. Some players at the higher level do actually look away from their town center while they are hunting their pigs. But I think if people are concerned about risk, it's more risky in my opinion, especially for a player like myself. I'm a bit lower rated. Looking away from the town center is quite risky, probably more so than weakening the pig with the town center. And so if you use the town center to weaken your pig, it means that you can kill the pig much faster, and so you don't have to look away, and it won't cost you too much time in terms of your attention. I also think that if you get used to it, it can be easier to kill the pig right underneath the town center compared to some other methods, and that's quite important, especially again with the first pig. You're probably going to need to do some forced drop-offs so that you have enough food to keep making villages, and it's very important when you need to do a forced drop-off with your villagers that the pig is underneath the town center. And what happens when you use the town center to weaken the pig is you know exactly how many shots it's going to take to kill it. With 6 villagers, 2 shots with the town center, 1 shots with the villagers, and then the pig will die. And so you can get a feel of when you need to start shooting so that you can consistently get the pig right underneath your town center. Another reason to do this is that it looks cool, which is this can be quite important, especially if you're getting tilted. It's nice to do things that look cool. It helps you get into the feel of the game, and it looks cool. So, okay, I'm going to show you firstly the old way that we would have done this before Definitive Edition, where we didn't have zoom and where you needed to shoot a pig twice in order to aggro it. So normally you're going to have 6 villagers on sheep. That's how many you need to continuously create villages, and most build orders will have that 6 villagers on sheep and then start going to wood. And so at least for your first pig there'll be 6 on sheep. You're going to walk the villager underneath the town center, you're going to take 2 shots, 6 villagers, and then ungarrison, and it'll kill the pig. The hotkeys that you're going to use there to garrison the town center, you're going to select your villagers. You can use a control group for those 6 villagers if you want, and then you're going to press T on the keyboard and then click on the town center to garrison them. Then you're going to press T on the keyboard and click on the pig, and that will set a gather point onto the pig from the town center. You don't want to right click on the pig because then it will start attacking, and you need to set the gather point so that you can ungarrison your villagers and they'll immediately start attacking the pig. And once you've done that, then you'll right click on the pig to start shooting at it. You want to do that when the pig is quite close to your town center so that you'll kill it under the town center. And then what you're going to do is you're going to press the G key on your keyboard. This is for Definitive Edition, and that will ungarrison the villagers, and then they'll start attacking. So that's with the old way. with the new way, you only have to shoot the pig once in order to aggro it. So we'll have a look at how that works. So we shoot the pig once and then we start walking away. And then same thing again, we'll garrison 6 villages, shoot twice, ungarrison and kill the pig. And over there I started shooting a bit too early, so didn't get it under the town center. But you'll get used to that when you practiced a few times, myself as well. Maybe just to mention there, sometimes if the pig is walking in the opposite direction as you, you can shoot it once, but it won't aggro it, because if you start walking away, you'll leave its line of sight. So even in definitive edition, sometimes it's necessary to shoot the pig twice, or to shoot it once and then wait a bit before you start running away. So now we're going to have a look at what the difference is between that old way and the new way. So firstly, I'm going to take 2 shots at the pig, garrison the town center with 7 villagers, and shoot twice, and you can see that kills the pig. With the new way, however, if you only shoot the pig once, like I do here, and I'm just going to let that villager die, and now I'm going to garrison 7 villages and take 2 shots, and you can see that this time it doesn't kill it. So the difference between the old way and the new way basically is just that if you accidentally select 7 villages instead of 6, then if you shoot the pig twice, that'll be a problem, because you'll kill the pig. But if you shot the pig only once when you were luring it, and then you accidentally select 7 villages and garrison, then it's not going to be a problem. The pig will survive. So that's the only real difference there. The other difference with definitive edition is just that you should zoom in, which you can do as well, and that will just help you when you are setting the gather point onto the pig to do that more accurately. So now we're going to have a look at a situation where we're bringing in the pig with the scout. This might be if you lame your own pig, maybe on Team Islands, or if you lame the opponent's pig. I'm going to hit the pig 4 times with the scout and then bring it in. And we've got 6 villagers over here. And you can see 2 shots from the town center doesn't kill the pig. We're still fine, even if we hit it 4 times with the scout. If we hit it more than 4 times, we're going to have a problem. So the next thing I'm going to show you is, in general, how you can deal with it if something goes wrong. And there's quite a lot of things that can go wrong when you're using this method, and I'll tell you some of them. So some of the things that can go wrong is, for example, if you're playing with the Goths, their villagers deal extra damage, and so you can end up accidentally killing a pig if you are playing with the Goths. Another thing that can go wrong is if you are laming a pig and you hit it more than 4 times with the scout. Maybe the pig stops following you and you have to go back and fetch it again. Same thing can happen with a villager. Maybe you select more than 6 villagers by mistake. And so I'm going to show you now how you can escape, basically, if something goes wrong while you're bringing in your pig. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to, instead of taking 2 shots with the town center, we're only going to take 1 and then ungarrison. So over here I'm just going to show you the technique. I'm going to take 1 shot with the villagers and then just ungarrison immediately. It's obviously not as efficient, but if you're worried that you might kill the pig, then this is a way that you can just bail out and play it safe. And you shouldn't need to do this too often, but every 4 or 5 games something might go wrong, and then you need to do this. I'll show you an example now where I'm going to be using 8 villagers on these sheep. This might be the situation if you're going for your second pig, and let's say that you accidentally select all 8 and garrison them. Obviously if you shoot twice now it'll kill the pig, so I'm going to shoot once and then ungarrison, and it's not as efficient, but at least I don't lose the pig. Ideally, if you select 8 villagers by accident, you should deselect 2 of them so that you have 6. But if you don't have time to do that or you forget, just shoot once and then ungarrison. Same if you're playing as the Goths, same if you've got supremacy, same if you attack the board too many times. before you bring it in. So now I'm going to show you how to weaken the pig with 4 villagers under the town center. Now you shouldn't just assume that 3 shots with 4 villagers is the same as 2 shots with 6, because the way that unit garrisoning in buildings works is not always linear. Sometimes you add another villager and you don't get another arrow. But as it turns out, in practice, this does actually work. So even if you use the wrong assumption, it works out. So with 4 villagers, you can shoot 3 times and then ungarrison, and you'll get the same result as 6 villagers shooting twice. So the next thing I'm going to do is just show you a comparison between the method of weakening the pig with the town center and the method of just shooting at the pig normally. What I'm also going to show you here is some ways that you can get the pig under your town center a bit easier. The one thing that you can do here is just to collect the sheep on the other side of your town center, away from the pig, so that there's a clear path for the pig to come in, and then you're just going to set waypoints underneath the town center for the villager who's bringing the pig under your town center. And what you want to do is just not shoot too early with the town center, and then you'll be able to get it nicely under your town center. So 1, 2, and garrison, and right there in the middle. So that's the usual method of doing it if it goes well. And let's compare that with if we don't weaken the pig with the town center. So yeah, I'm going to bring it in, and then I'm just going to tell everyone to shoot at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shots, and I think a 5th one by one of those villagers before the pig went down. So you can see it takes more time, it's more village idle time, and it's also more of your attention time spent watching that. So yeah, that's the general technique. 6 villagers or 4 villagers, 6 villagers 2 shots ungarrison, 4 villagers 3 shots ungarrison. If you get 5 villagers ungarrison after 2 shots, if you get more than 6 villagers, it's probably a good idea to only take 1 shot. But on Definitive Edition, if you only took 1 shot at the pig when you aggroed it, you can get away with 7 villagers. You shouldn't do 7 on purpose, because you'll have overkill when you ungarrison, and that'll be inefficient. But at least you won't kill the pig in Definitive Edition. And as I say, you should zoom in. So let me know if you found that useful, and maybe I'll make some more content or make a slightly longer video looking at some of the other aspects of weakening a pig with the town center.